4 silicon on this map. 4. One of them's high. And then 2 lows with adjacency and 1 low with nothing. 1 giant aluminum right there. Where's the rest of the aluminum? This is important. Whoa! And then there's like a patch of aluminum here. Gameslayer being helpful. As always, it's exactly the kind of thing you expect from him. That level of helpfulness. I'm tempted to just kind of take this spot as a scavenger and see if I can make it work. It's a little bit awkward. But I think it'll be better than most of them. I don't want to find a different spot. That's the biggest thing right now. I don't really want to find a different spot. So I'm just going to go with this. See if I can make it work. Okay, yeah. People are grabbing up all the aluminum. Yep, making it a huge pain. I'm not going to get any of that. So let's just take this guy. I think that's our only real option right now. I'm going to go ahead and grab what aluminum I need for the most part. We have to wait a little bit on some of this carbon, but that's okay maybe. We'll try and make it work regardless. Hopefully that'll be okay. Maybe we didn't need to pre-buy all this aluminum. It just felt a little bit more comfortable to do it. But we'll see what happens. See, water there. Got my silicon established, which should be helpful. Let's hit that upgrade. Grab some water. I'm not going to be able to rely on carbon 100% right now. This guy does have carbon coming in. I need to think about that fact. It is just a simple fact. I can't really make money from power effectively, so I'm tempted to just move into some farms. Like just a pair of farms for now. Expand them later to try and make enough money that I can actually upgrade. It's a little early for me as a scavenger, but I'm skipping aluminum and trying to make this work instead. I don't even know if I want this thing yet. I guess I'll take it. This claim could be a really big deal. I would actually really love this claim, but I don't think I'm going to get it because I found it too early for it. That's what it comes down to. I didn't want to find an alternate expansion, and this is what I have to pay for that. That is a lot of iron coming in. Sheesh. Oh, yeah, 24,000. I'm not going for that. That's too much debt, I think. Bradbury. I think he has just enough iron. He is fine on the iron. I mean, look at it this way. It's just 2 claims, right? It's 6 iron a second, but it's just 2 claims. So it's not a big deal, right? It's just not a big deal. Now, I am going to see if I can get up to $20,000 and make decent use of that. Chances are not good that I'll succeed in this, but you never know. I might pull it off. And regardless, as long as I can put up to like 4,500, we'll be okay. We'll just have to see what happens. Got it done. Excellent. Alright, that's a big deal. That's a huge deal that I managed to do that. Let's see, the water is kind of losing us money in debt. I mean, it's not, you can see it's not doing so good for the fuel costs compared to the water costs right now, but it's debt versus cash, and we're at this phase of the game where cash on hand is super important. So I'm trying to just kind of hang on to that for the moment. Maybe I can even push to another claim. It's 3,000. It's a lot, but I can make it happen. I can go ahead and do that. Maybe establish a little more water. Maybe just go into some power for the time being. Just get some decent power down, right? Could be okay. Could head into solar panels instead. Solar panels are pretty good. I should probably just use those instead of wind power this game. 1.1 is definitely decent. And now I really need to be looking at an upgrade, because Bradbury's already pushed HQ3, right? No big surprise there. He's just sitting there, chugging away, making steel, having a nice, easy time of it, and that's all fine. He's also got that aluminum secured, which is a big deal for him. Whereas we kind of aimed more toward trying to make money at first. You can see the farms are doing okay, but they're not great, and water is getting expensive quickly. Even though we are pulling in quite a bit of it. We really need to push for that upgrade before too long, though. Aluminum kind of dipped down just a little bit, so I grabbed up as much of it as I could. We'll wait to see if it dips down again. Try and encourage people to go ahead and sell it so we can get it and get upgraded. Get some of this water fixed. Maybe get some solar panels down, all kinds of little things like that. There it is.
We'll have this done in a jiffy.
Gonna go ahead and maybe claim.
Now for
Claim.
one mutiny on the building of your choice.
Mutiny sounds nice. Sell down some carbon to help out with all this. Since we had plenty of that left over, and it was up at a good $30. There you go. That's all of our buildings established. Mutiny. I don't really want to bid on a mutiny, actually, right now. I'm just not that interested. Nobody's actually bought claims yet this game besides me, which I think is really interesting. Also, nobody's bought adrenaline boosts yet, and there are no goon squads available. Instead, you've got just EMPs. And then things like adrenaline boost ready to go. But an adrenaline boost is going to be a dangerous thing to use if somebody is sitting on an EMP, for example. I have a feeling my power is just going to get shut down because that's how life works. Let's see. Let's go ahead and turn these off, actually. Thankfully, the water is low enough that the farms are still doing something for us. Unfortunately. Okay, silicon's getting a bit more expensive. That's good. Somebody did buy an EMP and is just waiting to use it on my power when day gets here. Guarantee you that 100% that is what is happening. We've got a mutiny on my silicon. Guess we'll sell that down in response. What did I say? What did I actually say? I should have just EMP'd up here so it would have been closer to this guy and gotten a longer freeze effect on it, but whatever. I'm just too mad to care all of a sudden again. It's just like, ugh. I don't know what I do about that besides sit there and take it. It's like, here, you moved into a good resource. Screw you. Pfft. Thanks, game. Appreciate it. Love it when that kind of thing happens. I can almost put into a new claim, but I'm more interested, I think, in getting to that upgrade. The problem is aluminum's really expensive right now, and I can't easily expand into more. Everybody else has aluminum. What I think I'm going to do is try and steal some for myself. I could have maybe stolen here, but there's more aluminum coming in here than here. So even though Clark looks like they aren't doing well, whereas Asimov is doing a bit better, this is the good aluminum I can actually steal. So that's why I'm focusing on it a bit more. He hologrammed, is what it looks like. Or did he just delete it? Feels like he had to hologram.
All these new people. I don't know everybody's name yet.
Well, we at least pushed the price of aluminum down with those pirates. It looks like, so that's helpful. This guy is the one who stole my silicon, which kind of sucks. This is so tempting. Let's just do this. There you go. I think my pirate still just turned that ship invisible. An interesting detail to be aware of. Man, EMPs actually are going to hurt pretty badly this game because I've got myself in this little crater here. And I'm using power off of solar panels instead of other power. Almost let that go for 7. That would have been ridiculous. No, thank you. I will take that before letting it go for 7, please. So it's not hologrammed. I guess he just deleted it at some point. And yeah, he turned it into a hacker array. Okay, so he's got a hacker array. He's probably going to be trying to work glass with that, is what it looks like. Just something to be aware of is that he probably is sitting on a stockpile of glass and trying to work it with the hacker array. So maybe we want to be shutting down his glass production. We do have the option of doing some hacking ourselves if we would like to, which I think would be a good idea. Let's see, got a claim left over because I won the auction for 14,000. There would be a surplus. There would actually be a surplus on food. Why wouldn't there be a surplus on food? That just makes sense. Gross. Actually gross. That surplus on food. It's going to cause me ridiculous problems, right? Because if I was going to hack anything, it would have been food. No question. Just no question it would have been food. Because that's what nobody else has, right? Nobody else has food. The other option could have been silicon, maybe. I could hack silicon if I wanted to. And it might be a decent option, but of course Bradbury has already torn ahead to HQ level 5. Somebody bought an adrenaline boost. I'll buy one too, just to have it. So I'm trying to think things through here of how I can actually play to win this game. Offworlds are incredible, but generally I can't win an offworld race most of the time against expansive players. It's just generally it's not going to happen. This guy's moving into reactors. I need to use this last claim. It looks like I need to turn the rest of my water back on, and then I will actually claim a little more on top of that, because a lot of people do not seem to have enough water right now. Power has died. Somebody killed it. I don't think that was just me. Oh, yeah. Clark over there making all kinds of power. Bradbury debt diving a little bit right now. Shut down that hacker array. Let's see. There's a food shortage coming, but my food is not good right now at all. My food is not even a little bit okay right now. We're going to buy into this short, see if we can abuse it to get upgraded, things like that, but I don't know how it's going to work out long term. Sell just a bit. There you go. I agree. It does suck not having goon squads. I like goon squads. They're good stuff. Good people. Turn those back on. Looks like people might have bought into the short as well, which is nice. Go ahead and sell out now, just in case. Upgrade.
We'll have this done in a jiffy. I just need to locate some spare parts.
Let's see. These are not going to be doing all that well. They're kind of okay. The reactors are okay, but they're not great. I'm going to grab a hologram. Surplus on glass is a little helpful. It's actually not killing us, which is a big surprise compared to what we're used to. I could adrenaline boost here. I'm tempted to. It'll probably just soak an EMP, but at least it makes something weird happen. And then I can, while that's going on, I can maybe drop a claim there. And hologram it. There you go. It looks invisible, which I guess is fine. Come on. There we go. Bought a bunch of glass. Still have 3 claims left. No real idea what to do with them. But we'll try and make things work. Let's go ahead and put a stop to this. We don't need that happening over here. No boosts. Thank you very much. Aluminum's still incredibly expensive, which is ridiculous. Shouldn't be any big surprise. It's just they're ridiculously expensive. Well, the boost went reasonably well, I suppose. Food is staying expensive. Shouldn't be any real surprise that food would be staying fairly expensive. Let's see what we can do with these hacks. I still have 3 claims left. I don't really want to take any more water. I have a lot of water coming in already. If I was going to get more water, I would want to upgrade into it. I think what I build into is maybe more electronics. The problem is I've got myself into a really odd spot here with no real great places to put buildings down. Sell down some silicon. Should help a little bit. I'm not pulling in a lot of silicon, but I've got enough to make a bit of a difference. Hologram. Scrap that guy. Hologram. That. Man, he has a lot of cash on hand. Look at how much money he has. That is insane. He is sitting on such a ridiculous amount of cash, and I am not using my buildings appropriately at all. That is not an actual send. I need to just do this, actually. There you go. Okay. That should be a real one. Good. Good. We're okay-ish. I don't really want this. I want other people to deal with this. That chem hack is going to cause huge problems. Like, that chem short is massively problematic. And quite unfortunate in a lot of ways. Because I can imagine Bradbury targeting us down very, very soon. Very soon. Kind of expect it. Another chem shortage is actually on the way. Like, I think one of them was random, and one of them was a hack. So these shortages have been pretty awful this game, actually, for us. Like, these random events have been very unfortunate in a lot of ways. Okay, Clark may be getting themselves into a little bit of trouble by going quite heavily into Bradbury. Man, Bradbury's actually halfway to being able to buy us. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Taking some risks. There we go. That should help.
The black market is online.
Just playing super defensively. Bradbury paying down his own debt. That's nice to see. Carbon, very expensive. Also kind of nice to see, given we've already got quite a bit of it coming in. Unfortunately, we are trying to make electronics, which are not doing all that well right now, but that's okay. Alright, that is absolutely fine. He can do that all he wants, in my opinion. Let's see, where did I stop? No, we can let that run for a while. That's fine. Because he is still HQ level 4. All of his cards are on the table right now. Right, there are no surprises coming from him. Nothing tricksy, nothing clever, nothing interesting. He just is what he is, and that is just fine. Not a big deal at all. Alright, I'm going to get one more of my own. I'm going to call that good. Don't think I need any of more of my own. I'm just trying to use these boosts while everybody is busy doing other random nonsense. And let me see how much he's sitting on. He's sitting on 86. But he needs quite a bit more than we do, so I'm going to grab a little bit of Clark's stock just to give myself a little bit of a boost there. Not a big deal, just get a little bit involved, and then I'm going to let Asimov take the rest of my stock. I don't want to buy that. Clark's going to actually get a hair of mine. That's interesting. So I bought heavily into that electronics nonsense. I don't know how that's going to go for me, but we're trying to make it work. And we'll probably just do it again, actually. We have a decent amount of electronics production down. Not a whole lot, but some. Enough to maybe make it work. And then we're likely just going to sit back on these Offworlds and try to make things go okay for us. Need to be buying these up. Okay, I found that guy. That's a big deal. Go ahead and peg it. Now we're just going to sit. Now we're actually probably just going to sit for a long time. We need about $200,000 more from what I saw. Nobody else is making electronics, so I'm not scared of just sitting on this massive number of electronics that I have. I'm just going to sit on it. I'm just going to wait, right? And let that number get bigger and bigger and bigger with these shorts that I don't need to worry about, like backfiring too badly. Because I can see pretty easily that, yeah, people are sitting on cash. But none of them are sitting on as much in resources as I am. And on top of that, I know I've got the electronics production to go with the shorts. And I'm not seeing this number jump up continually. It's just kind of slowly creeping. Okay, there is electronics production here that I missed. It's just not hooked up to his base. He has teleportation. I can't pirate him. That explains a lot. All right, then maybe we just wait for a little bit and see if we can outplay him. I forgot he had teleportation, and that was kind of a big deal. Small details. Important details. Let's wait and see what happens for a little bit. Not too long, but just a little ways. We don't want to lose out on any advantage from this, but we don't want to let our opponent have any major advantage either. Just a very interesting... I think he was sitting on it completely. So we're going to sell, kill him. That gives us the ability to get teleportation if we want it. We can also just start upgrading various production if we would like to. Electronics might be the best bet immediately. We're already been hacking that. It doesn't really interfere with our off-world. Upgrading food might be a decent idea long-term as well. We've got enough power. We can use this. That's okay. Maybe just get down a little more food. We've got all kinds of water coming in now. It's ridiculous. But we're in a pretty good spot. We're in a pretty good spot. We got to the first buy. We can see Bradbury's off-worlds, even if we can't attack them very effectively. We at least know where they are. I could intercept this aluminum with the pirates that I bought if I would like to. I can get this carbon down if I would like to. I may as well do something with it, right? This is awkward. I need to fix this, actually. This is very strange, and it's actually kind of pushing me a little bit toward a patent lab. Maybe scrap these guys, which are doing a bad job anyway. Put down a patent lab. Don't really want to grab a spy. I kind of want to just commit very, very heavily to this off-world play. Other people can EMP me, I guess, if they want to, right? Well, carbon's a bit expensive to go all in on it right now. They're like, it costs $170,000. I'm not doing that. But I can grab an adrenaline boost. Let's see. This is a total of 5. This is a total of 6. This is more. But this lasts longer on a big one. I actually don't know how the math plays out here, so I'm just going to hit my big tile with a long boost. Because that's easy and simple to understand, frankly, is why. Surplus on chems. Okay, that's fine. Buying into electronics. This guy has electronics production down. Hopefully this doesn't just kill me. The fact that I did that short and wasn't paying attention. I'm just going to keep rolling with it. We still have more electronics production than anybody else. Glass is definitely an option right now. Power, daytime, solar flare. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Pay off some debt for me. Let's see. Clark actually has solar panels down. So I'm going to shut those down a bit. Out of that solar flare. EMP sucks, but they can't hit everything. I have so many important things right now that they can't hit all of them, and that's kind of an important detail. Let's make sure everything is sending food. Food might not be the best, but I don't feel like doing the math right now. And get this last one constructed. We've got plenty of carbon for that. Clark is halfway to buying us. Horrifying. Hopefully he's not going for us and he's after Bradbury. I don't really know, though. It's kind of in this one of those weird situations where we've got 3 players left, right? There are 3 players left. Oh, my power's frozen. That would do it. They're each about halfway to buying me. So I think I just need to sit for the time being. Maybe pay down debt would be a kind of important thing to do. Just pay down a lot of debt. Make sure I'm still upgrading things constantly, right? Hopefully when my power is unfrozen, I won't be getting massive amounts of debt. No guarantee, but hopefully. How's everything else doing? Everything else is doing okay. These guys I could get rid of. I could get teleportation for. I'm not entirely sure, but Bradbury went for a buy. He got his buy done, so I'm halfway there now.
Offworld shipment launched. Look at all the money.
And Gameslayer might just give it up at this point. I'm not entirely sure. It would be reasonable, I think, for him too, but he might still have a shot. He still has a shot. I definitely want to say he still has a shot. I have a patent lab down I haven't been using to get teleportation this whole time, which was the whole point in building it. Now, I can continually attack off-worlds, buff my own off-worlds, all kinds of small things like that could make a pretty big difference. Like, for example, I can do this and force him to EMP me. Just be like, no, you have to actually come stop this now. Or you're in serious trouble. You know, that sort of thing. I'm tempted to get rid of these guys and just go into some more solar panels. Let's see. He's sitting on about 300,000.
Look at all the money. Price manipulation begins. Offworld shipment launched.
But I think we're in a pretty good spot. I mean, I can see his off-worlds. He said that the other guy didn't have any off-worlds. I may as well check and make sure. Yeah. But I think we're okay. Even with all this electronics production, we've got constant shorts going out.
Look at all the money.
We are making quite a lot of power to avoid significant amounts of debt, which is a big deal. We're just about there. 940,000. We need 1 million-ish. He doesn't have any more debt to pay down. He's only sitting on about $500,000 when he needs a very similar amount of money to the amount we have in order to actually buy us out. So I think this one's about wrapped up. Obviously, our off-worlds aren't actually doing a whole lot right now. But that's going to be it.
Look at all the money.
Yeah, I kind of skip over mules if they're available. That was an interesting little game. I wonder if Gameslayer's debt just caused him too many problems too fast, combined with the fact that, let's be honest, I found his hacker array because he didn't hologram it, and never relented. I never stopped on the hacker array. Not one time. And so that was not nice to Gameslayer. On the other hand, I don't feel bad considering the hacks that we're going through were quite painful. At times, we can look at shortages and surpluses. Gameslayer got off 1 chem short. Of course, he had a natural one to go along with that, so that was a pretty big deal. Hydroponos was trying to work off of aluminum shorts, but he was in this weird spot where he was here. And yeah, he had 2 aluminum tiles, but they were like way over here. He would always have extra supplies of aluminum in the air at any given time, whereas Avriel and Game Slayer each had their aluminum right next to their base, right? There's an aluminum tile in there, right there. And then I just skipped aluminum. I was like, I don't even want to bother with that market after my first 2 claims failed. He also shorted power at some point. Offworld, no shorts or surpluses. Game Slayer had the 1. So nobody was surplusing my stuff. It just did that naturally. And then I had 2 food shorts, 4 electronic shorts, and 1 silicon short that I made work reasonably well. EMPs were just too much. Yeah, it was super easy to EMP that Game Slayer, if I'm being honest, because I never had fear of goon squads. It's like, I know my EMP is going to hit. So I just kept EMPing you. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I had much use for mules this game, but Game Slayer definitely could have made good use of them. I think that is a fair point. Let's check Black Market and see what people actually did with it. I had 23 purchases. I bought a lot of Black Market this game, sheesh. 6 Adrenaline Boosts, 6 EMPs, 3 Pirates. I bought 3 Pirates, really? I don't remember that. 4 Spies, 2 Holograms, 2 Bribes. I got those first 2 bribes. That was the big thing that really surprised me. Everybody else was sitting on aluminum, this extremely high value resource, right? But apparently they were too attached to upgrading to spend the aluminum on just a couple cheap early claims, right? They wanted to get to that upgrade. Instead of just taking like 2 claims for bribes, they wanted an upgrade for the 3. But then when they went to bribe claims later, which I assume most of them did, actually no. Offworld is the only one other one that bought claims. Nobody else bought claims that game. That is weird. Game Slayer only 6 Black Market purchases. Hydroponos 5. Offworld 4. So I apparently was the only one doing Black Market that game, except for whoever EMP'd me. Hydroponos EMPing my power twice. Once right at the start and once toward the end. Game Slayer boosted himself. I EMP'd that for the most part. Okay, yeah. Use Black Market, it's good. Black Market wins games. Okay, guys. Let's pop another lobby up.